Hey YouTube, I'm Mr. Terry, a high school history teacher. Welcome back to another History Teacher Reacts video. Alright, I had to get to this one quick because Sabaton just posted a new video. So they got an upcoming album that's going to continue World War I stories, which is awesome because I absolutely love the Great War. And I'm excited to check this one out. So the song is Christmas Truce. So I love the Christmas Truce story from World War I. I hope I know it's going to be a good video. It looks like it's like over 8 minutes long, which means I'm assuming the song itself just isn't 8.5 minutes. So hopefully we get some, I don't know if it's storytelling or whatever. If this is the first time that you've seen me react to Sabaton stuff, I've reacted to a bunch of other videos. You might want to check that out too. But I've been loving these guys and I love seeing all their little stories. So the original video link is down below. I'm assuming you've seen the original video, but make sure you did so you can give it its like, view, subscribe. They're super supportive of people like me, history lovers and teachers and stuff, communicating their stuff. So I want to make sure that they get that credit, of course. All right, before we begin though, here's a quick word from our sponsor. For the past couple of months, I've been telling you guys about Skillshare. I've been using Skillshare to learn more about Adobe Premiere Pro. And now I'm looking to improve my YouTube thumbnails. Specifically, I'm taking a YouTube thumbnail masterclass from Patty of the YouTube channel The Budgeteers over at Skillshare. If you don't know or you need reminding, Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creators. Explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and get lost in creativity. It's curated specifically for learning, meaning there are no ads, and they're always launching new premium classes, so you can stay focused wherever your creativity takes you. Already in the class that I'm taking on Skillshare, I'm learning some really simple YouTube thumbnail ideas. For example, I learned about the 1 second rule. If you show your thumbnail to someone for 1 second, they should be able to tell you what the video is going to be about. And if they can't, that means you should probably change your YouTube thumbnail. I'm learning all kinds of very practical stuff like this, and so can you, because Skillshare is offering a great deal to our YouTube community. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to use the link down in the description is going to get a free 1-month trial of Skillshare, so you can start exploring your creativity today. All right, let's get to the video. All right, so I don't know if we're going to be rocking hard here, or maybe we're going to be crying tears with a ballad. I don't really care. This is awesome. Looks like on the very first frame, we got Western Front 1914. All right, that's the first year of the war. And a Christmas Truce was at the first Christmas of the war, too, so let's do this. Hey! The drummer. I forgot his name. He's so good. Tommy.
Ready!
They're killing the bandmates? They're killing bandmates! It's like, no, you guitarists, you drummers, like, you know, you guys get too much credit. I'm gonna huck a grenade in there. I think it's got to be cool. I know I've seen a video with them before. They think it's so cool that they get to like dress up and like act out these historical scenes in their videos. Oh, so cool. All right, let's do this. Let's do this.
Come on, man. Wake up. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Joking.
Come on!
The man himself. Get him up! Hey, he's got shocked. Ugh. No Man's Land. Okay. We're going ballad. Very Christmas-esque. Good. Real quick, do they have captions? I don't see. Usually I like to get captions so we can hear it. All right, looks like we're about to get kicked off. Let's do this.
Silence! Oh, I remember the silence on a cold winter day.
He's such a good
After
singer.
many months on the battlefield, and we were used to the violence.
French and
All the
Germans.
candles went silent, and the snow fell. Voices sang to me from no man's land. We are all, we are all, we are all, we are all friends. And today we're all brothers, tonight we're all friends. Our moment of peace in a war that never ends. Today we're all brothers, we drink and unite. Now Christmas has arrived and the snow turns the ground white. Hear carols from the trenches, we sing a holy night. Our guns lay to rest on snowflakes. Our Christmas in the trenches, our Christmas on the front, far from home.
Okay, they talked a lot actually about the Christmas truce already in the first, basically the first verse here, and so I mean a little bit. I'm hoping you're here because you want a little bit of background too, of what's going on here. So this was the first winter, right? The first winter. A lot of people and everybody would hope and that this war would never have even made it to Christmas. You know, it starts basically in the summer, late summer, kind of getting into the fall, and then it of course makes its way to the winter. But this time the war had already been now becoming a stalemate. And by the way, I reacted to the Extra History series or video or whatever, the series on the Christmas Truce. They have one if you want to check out a little more detail about the actual truce itself. Check out that video from me. But anyway, so yeah, some of the things I know, they like traded wines and stuff like that. I don't know if I can't remember if it was like some of the French wine they gave and the Germans gave some of their stuff, like back and forth. And yeah, they apparently sang songs like Christmas carols or like more or like religious Christmas songs. They would sing them back and forth to the trenches. And one of the sad things about the Christmas truce in a way is how like this is the only time you saw really anything like this kind of camaraderie, I guess you would say, you would see, because I mean they got so tired of the war after. You never see something this kind, I guess. And kind of, I mean, like nice to each other, and it just gets more and more brutal. So it's sad that you don't really have anything like this in the further years of the war, but it makes sense with how tragic it was. Yeah, you're crazy. Don't go out there. It's called No Man's Land for a reason. You don't go there. It feels. Music. Yeah, I knew they'd have to put in that because it was famously like a football soccer match that the two sides had basically out in no man's land. I don't know how you could actually have a field that you could actually play on because it was, of course, very destructive. One thing I didn't know was there actually like a person we know of that was the one that kind of started it in a way, like here they showed the German soldier, right, coming out like, you know, don't shoot me and that kind of thing. If that actually happened or not, if anyone knows if there was like an individual involved in that, let me know because I'm interested to know. And then all sides came together and they played metal. I don't think that guitar would sound like that. You couldn't lift a piano like that. Right before that, people were dying. And right after. Truce is over. Trading this, and they go right back to it. So you like I mean, think of how that would have been. Maybe you get to know one of the other soldiers and something like that, and then, you know, the truce ends because it's basically just the day or whatever, and then like you go and the next day you know might be killing one of them, right? That's unfortunately what would have been happening. But at least again for a moment there they were brothers, they were friends, you know. But the horrors of war soon settled back in. What's this? Have they marked the spot? Is there a real spot where they have like a marker for this? Yes, we forget. Okay, yeah, great telling of the story, kind of catching the emotion of that. They brought in a couple of the kind of famous elements of kind of how it went down with them, like trading little things that they have, little trinkets from their homes and their cultures, and then, you know, that I was glad they put in the little football match in there, and then again they sang songs and all that, and then brought in, you know, the whole idea of how sad that was, how sad and happy I guess that was, I guess the both sides of it, where you had this truce that comes down, sad for the fact that it was going to end, you know, and they were going to end up, you know, killing each other. And also that something like this never happened again, unfortunately. And yeah, because I mean, there was, you don't see a lot of moments like these as the war progressed, as morale went low. And again, you're getting millions of deaths, you know, deaths that we had never seen in the history of warfare, because it's the bloodiest war up to this point really in history. And, yeah, any kind of small things that you could take out of humanity. There aren't very many in the war, but this is one of them. And I love this story. I hope it's something that keeps being told. I know in my class, I like to bring up the Christmas Truce story, and I show some photos and stuff from that, them putting up like a Christmas tree and thing. And but then, of course, having to contrast that with what the reality ends up being with this, that this was a short-lived peace that, you know, didn't leave, you know, obviously didn't push towards ending the war, right? And finding the humanity in your enemy. Reminds me of something like All Quiet on the Western Front, where you have kind of that story too of the soldier that, you know, the German soldier that kills the French soldier and then becomes a little more humanely attached to the war, and those kind of stories, you know, are there. But not loud enough. All right. Anyways, great song. As far as the song goes, great song. They do those kind of ballads, and I like that they will do those, but then get you something with something more fun. You know what I mean? And I'm sure this album will contrast some of that stuff. But you know, you can't do a topic like this with a fun, upbeat song. You know what I mean? And when at the first one I was saying, is this going to be a ballad or something more rockin'? I should have known. You can't do the Christmas Truce with something upbeat and that, because it's not like that. That's not the story. Anyway, awesome job of Sabaton. I'm super excited for their upcoming album, and I love it. I love that they stayed on World War I too. I'm fine with that. I love the first album, and I love all the content that comes out of World War I. Anyways, the original video link is down below, so make sure you check that out. Again, thanks to Skillshare. Check them out if you're looking to learn about anything. All right, and with that, we'll see you next time. Bye.